What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well today. So I disappear for a couple of days and literally we've had like 3 new tracks been released. I pre-recorded a bunch, so it might have seemed like business as usual to you guys. However, I've been away, and in that meantime there's been 3 tracks. The first of which I'm playing right here, which is Tampa MX by Dylan Fritsch. The other ones are Hunt Dog and then WW Ranch as well, and I plan on covering those other 2 as well at some point. So I've not played the game in about a week now, so I will be very, very rusty. Please bear with me. Hopefully I don't ride too atrociously. But yes, we are on 2022 Tampa MX, made by Dylan Fritsch at the moment, and I have done one other track by him on the channel before, and I believe that was the Vet MX track with Charlie. I think he was in that video as well. And so the Vet track, for me, it's one of them tracks where fun every now and then, but definitely not like my most ideal style of track. Charlie, on the other hand, seems to really, really love it, and I know a bunch of guys did as well. And this seems to be like a whole different style. Obviously, Tampa being a real track, and actually being Dylan's local as well, which is quite cool. I always like seeing people make their local tracks in game, because they are the best people for the job. And more of a just much more local crossy, as you can imagine. And I thought, well, I've seen videos of Tampa IRL, and I feel like in game it would have ride a little bit small, so I've hopped on the 125 here today. I had to scroll through the mods website actually, and I found this older 125 model swap for like the older model plastics, so threw that on, found a clever mech skin. I think it looks pretty nice, so that's what we're rocking with today, rather than the standard boring one. Now, I've not really got much of an agenda for today. As I say, I've been away for some time now, and I just wanted to hop on the game and play some bikes. And I think I said just before I went away, actually, that I need to play the game a bunch more, because I've been lacking in terms of results for the Aerial Championship. I've made the executive decision, both for... well how do I word it? Well, anyway, I'm not going to be doing any more of the NA rounds with Aerial. I mean, after missing Southwick from being away, I'm a good 30 or so points down. So, I mean, I don't deny that there could be a chance I do get back up and contest for the red plate in the chip again. However, the late nights, bear in mind they're on Thursdays, they've really just been killing me off for Fridays, and then I sleep in loads during the weekend and just throw my whole weekend away, and it's not very ideal, let's just put it that way. So I haven't actually looked to see how EU went on Southwick, to see how many points I'm down there now. I mean, Jack must have only been maybe 10 or so points behind me going into it, so if he had a good weekend, I'm probably a long way behind. And Jack is a very difficult man to keep stealing points from, so we'll see about that. But yeah, I'm going to do EU only for the rest of the season. We'll see how it goes. And as people keep asking me as well if I'm going to record or stream the races, people seem like genuinely annoyed by the fact that I'm not, even though I'm pretty sure it's my decision. But again, I will explain the reason why I haven't been is purely for the sake of FPS. Like those tracks absolutely kill my game, and trying to stream or record on top of that, it's just a whole nother level. I need all the frames I can get to even try and compete, because I'm not sure what's happened in the last couple months or so, but everyone, both in the quote-unquote pro championships as well as just random online races, everyone seems to be getting so quick. Like, everyone's really stepped up their game, and it's pretty stressful, you know. You can't really go into races anymore, or like I used to. And just be like, yeah, that's fine, guaranteed win here, no problem at all. Give everyone a 30-second head start, see how it goes. I can't do that anymore. Like, everyone has got so good at the game, and it's a little bit frustrating, because, as you know, I'm quite a competitive person. But I suppose the long story short is I can't dedicate the time I used to anymore. You know, I've got a fair few things going on outside of the old YouTubes at the moment, which is why I don't upload any every day anymore. But I do still get a kick out of it, and I like communicating with you guys as well, which is nice enough. And something I do want to talk about actually is, so I've said in the past about wanting to kind of look after myself a little bit more. I'm definitely doing that mentally right now. However, what I'm not doing it in regards to is so much physically. Now, in the last 2 years, I want to say, I have yo-yoed so much in in terms of just body composition. Now, I don't know all of the conversions in terms of whatever measurements you might use. I can only talk in like stone or pounds, which I know is not ideal for a lot of you. But very start of lockdown, I was about I want to say 13 stone, which is quite big. You know, I'm 5'8", which is, it's not massively tall, you know, but it's not absolutely tiny either. So was quite stocky. Now, I actually, before even doing YouTube, throughout COVID, like peak COVID, worked my absolute arse off. I got down to 11 stone nothing, which was the absolute lightest I've ever been in my entire adult life, and I felt so good for it as well. And I was just scrolling through some pictures with my girlfriend the other day whilst I was away, and I mean, we've both like we've both put on weight. There's no going about it. She knows it, I know it, and it's one of the things I think where you just get comfortable in relationships as well. And we just both kind of looked at each other and be like, "But we need to sort our shit out. Like, let's actually do something about it." So, got a new sense of motivation, and hopefully work alongside and with her as well, both to get ourselves back to what we was about a year or so ago. I mean, I myself currently right now I am just under 14 stone, which is almost the heaviest I've ever been in my adult life. So the yo-yo's been absolutely unreal. So whilst right now I actually feel really good in terms of mental state, physical has been lacking ever so slightly. And if I ever needed a motivator, I went to try on one of my suits the other day for her graduation, and it just didn't fit. And that's one of them things where it's like, well, shit, I really need to do something about this. So that's what I'm going to be doing now. I'm saying it to you guys so you can hold me somewhat responsible. I'm not going to be one of them people that kind of gives you daily bloody updates on like weights and stuff like that, because it's not as much the weight as it is the physique for me. Like, I'm quite a naturally muscly person anyway. I'll never be like a twig, for example, but just getting fitter would be nice, and just being able to fit back into all them nice clothes that I could fit in 2 years ago would be really good, and I think in turn would just help me feel better overall. So yeah, as of today, I've had a really good day today. Usually I always have a couple bloody hiccups in the first few weeks or so, just on the mental side of things, and trying to tell myself, no, I don't need this, I don't need that, and just little things like I'm an absolute massive lover of like Pepsi Max Cherry, for example, and whilst there's no real calories in it, so to speak, you have got all the artificial stuff and the sweeteners, and it's not really that good for you at the end of the day. Whilst it's not magnificent, like whilst it's not massively detrimental to your health, it's still, like, water's better, let's be honest. So I've upped the water intake. I've been really good with my food today. I've started calorie counting as well. I know what my baseline is. If I was just to be there's actually good formulas online which I've used over the last few years every time I've tried to get in better shape, which is there's a whole bunch of numbers. You know, you put in like your age, your height, your weight, and all this stuff, and it basically works out what your calories burned per day is if you was just to be like an absolute, if you was a cabbage, so to speak, if you was to not leave the bed, your calories just to exist on this planet, how much your body uses. And I'm quite fortunate, I'm at about 1,900, so as long as I'm eating under that all the time and adding a little bit of exercise in there, I'll be a-okay and heading in the right direction. My girlfriend, on the other hand, not so lucky. Hers is about 1,500, so she has to be a lot stricter. But yeah, we've got a goal. 2 months time, we've got a wedding to go to, and we want to be looking very good for that. So exciting stuff, and I know as well long term it'll make me feel better, and that's the most important thing. And it will also reflect on the riding as well. Really excited to hopefully be able to hold onto a bike for more than 2 laps. I know there's no real substitute for bike time. Bike time is one of the most important things. I've seen some absolutely massive guys in my years who absolutely rail on a bike for longer than I can, when I was in better shape than I am now anyway. But it's definitely a good contributing factor. So I'm hoping that all goes well. I might update you every kind of like 2 weeks or so, maybe, you know, not in like its own dedicated video, but just as like a passing comment. And I just feel like putting it out there to you lot will be I mean, you guys can hold me accountable. It's not like I can hide it anymore, which is quite good. It's good. I need that little kick up the arse sometimes. But I want to say, I hope you hope no one's missed me too much. It seems like the last few videos have done quite well, so just thank you everyone that's been tuning in again. I'm still trying to work out YouTube as a whole, because there's 100%, it comes in waves of like some months views are a bit down, some months they're absolutely through the roof, some they're in the middle ground, and the last maybe month or so it's been in that little bit of a slump, you know, a little bit less than I would like. We are slowly getting towards the end of the year, and I know December is a crazy time on YouTube, so we'll see how it goes when we get to that point. But yeah, definitely a big drop compared to a couple months ago. But then I suppose it's a case of, you know, once people watch someone so much, you get bored of people after a while. I mean, I'm the same. I go through stages of binge watching certain YouTubers and then not watching them for months at a time, then going back to them. So it's natural. Things are always going to kind of go up and down, and I just want to say thank you to the people that stick around. You know, I see people still commenting every now and then saying they've been here since 500 subs and things like that, or I know people go back and watch my setup guides every now and then and be like, wow, you only had 1,000 subs back in. It's great to see how much you've grown. And I think a thank you's been overdue. I believe at the time this video goes out, I might have hit 35,000 subscribers, which is a really, really good milestone. Like, I mean, I remember way back when I first started this, I was going through my phone reel the other day, and I remember sending a picture to my girlfriend saying, "Oh my god, this I've got 200 subs. This is incredible." So yeah, whilst I always am striving for more, it's always nice to remember where you've come from. So thank you very much to everyone that supported me from the very beginning. And I believe at the very end of 2021, I think I put a poll out there on kind of what the target is for the end of this year, and I think the very upper echelon of that was about 40,000, and that's still very much doable. So that is still what I'm going to be aiming for. I really want to, if I can find the time, just do a little bit more streaming, because I've been lacking so much. And even if it's just for like 2 hours or so every now and then, where we get a bunch of you in a lobby and just do some riding around, maybe some races like I used to back in the old days, I'd absolutely love that. I think that'd be incredible. But just bear in mind, I'm a busy man at the moment nowadays, especially undertaking this whole new kind of like physique journey as well over the next 2 months before this wedding. I'm going to be just trying to work my arse off, I suppose. So if I'm not doing my IRL job and I'm not recording YouTube videos, I'll be down at the gym or out for a run or whatever it may be. It might even be a case of, if there's a weekend and I'm not riding IRL, I'll do a stream on the weekend. I know not everybody can be here on the weekends because you do go ride and you do other things outside of YouTube. That's absolutely fine. If you can tag along, great. If not, then no problems whatsoever. And then I'm still debating on whether I want to do it on YouTube or if I want to do it on Twitch. Something that's popped into my head is, so I play a good amount of zombies and I play a good amount of CSGO, and I don't want to bring those onto the main channel. I want this channel to be motocross, or at the very worst, MotoGP, or maybe some four-wheel stuff related. I don't want it to go into any other categories. So I was planning on maybe, because I am a Twitch affiliate or partner, whichever the one is, whichever the first one is before you get to like the big boys, I have got that, so there's no reason why I can't go and do some extra stuff on Twitch. And worst case scenario is I'll just put a community like message out on here saying I'm streaming on this game on Twitch, come and have a watch, and you can watch me be very inconsistent at CS, tapping heads one round and getting absolutely destroyed the next, or you can see me running around in a circle training some zombies for an hour at a time. But yeah, I'm excited. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like I've got a new purpose, and we're going to see how it goes. And in typical Lynn's fashion, I've really not spoken about the track whatsoever. But I think the fact that I've just been here riding around in the background, not commenting too much, it's probably a good thing. That means I've got nothing really negative to say about it. It 100% is a track that suits the two-strokes, or the smaller engines. I couldn't imagine trying to ride a 450 around here, for example. But that's just MX bikes. You know, a lot of the time, IRL tracks don't translate in game how you would like. I mean, I've never ridden Tampa IRL. I'm sure a bunch of you have. If you've ever ridden the bigger bikes around there, let me know. Is it a particularly small track or not? But it's actually a really fun. It's quite easy actually. Just a fun, easy, enjoyable track. I would love to see someone maybe host a 125 race on here. Imagine that could be quite fun. Just seeing people ripping around for half an hour straight. Now, some of the jumps are very difficult to hit from the insides. That's the only thing I will say, is you need to be routing the outsides in a lot of places, but then maybe that's where the big bikes will come into their own and come into play. You'll be able to hit the jumps from the insides. I really like this corner, just stepping up, trying to hook this inside and rut, and then getting on the power, sending this big boy, throwing it sideways for the fan. Yeah, it's just a very good track. I am enjoying this much more than the Vet Compound that Dylan also released. Not to say the Vet Compound was a bad track by any means, it's just personal preference. At the end of the day, you know, I like my more realistic and tighter style tracks in this game rather than the wide open ones. And 100%, if you've not played yourself, go and give it a go. Now, one thing I was going to do is Dylan's very first track that he made for the game was also Tampa. I don't think I've ever played or done a video on it, so I can't comment on the differences between the two. But he did say that the whole start of this track was just to kind of retouch that, redo textures and bits here and there, but it looks like he completely remade it from the ground up, and it's very, very good. I'm very glad that he did. So yeah, thank you, Dylan. And I've also seen as well that he put out track making tutorial the other day. I swear I think it was from him in the media section of the MX Bikes Discord. But if that was, I'm going to do some digging. I'll try and find that, and I'll link you over to his channel as well. So I imagine that'd be quite helpful for a lot of you guys that are just getting into the whole track making thing. So thank you, Dylan, for contributing to this community again. Thank you guys for watching, and yeah, we'll see how the next few months goes for me. Fingers crossed it all goes nice and smoothly. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please do drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Have a lovely rest of the day, whatever it is that you're up to, and until I catch you guys in the next video. Peace.
I'm working hard, I'm sacrificing my life, I'm sacrificing my mind, I'm sacrificing my sanity, but most importantly, I'm sacrificing my time. Boy, I feel fine, I feel like I am a king. Honestly, I can't complain, even with faith that's the size of a grain of some salt, I will still move a mountain and do what I want.